Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Korky and welcome back to this tactics testing series. We're testing 10 tactics in total on Football Manager 2023. This is episode number 4. A quick bit of housekeeping. We're testing with Man City, expected to win the Premier League. Birmingham City, expected to finish bottom half of the Championship. We're testing with Portsmouth, who are expected to finish in the top half of League 1. And we're also testing with Rochdale, who are expected to finish in the bottom of League 2 and get relegated. We are calling this tactic Statue of Liberty. A very simple reason being, shortly after my partner and I got back from New York, I ran this test and I just called it Statue of Liberty because it was one of the things we enjoyed most while we were there. So let's get a look at the tactic first of all. As you can see, we are lining up with a 4-2-3-1. We'll go through the instructions very quickly. We have a custom tiki-taka with a positive mentality. In possession, we're playing fairly wide, playing out from the back, shorter passing, slightly higher tempo, and we're going to put low crosses in and work the ball into the box as well. In transition, we're going to distribute to the fullbacks and the centre backs. We're going to counter press and counter attack as well. And out of possession, we're going to play with a high press, we're going to play with a higher defensive line, we're going to step up more, try and play that offside trap a bit more. We're going to trigger press much more often, and we're going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution as well. Looking at the player instructions, we have a sweeper keeper on defend duty, no additional instructions. In right back and in left back, we have identical wing backs on attack duty. Additional instructions are to shoot less often and sit narrower. In centre defence, we also have 2 ball playing defenders, both on defend duty. The only additional instruction is to shoot less often. Moving into midfield, on the left hand side we have a Roman playmaker on support duty. His instructions will be to shoot less often, tackle harder and mark tighter. And on the right side of the pair we have a Regista on support duty. Instructions are to dribble more, shoot less often, tackle harder, mark tighter. On the flanks we do have identical inside forwards, both on attack duty. The only additional instructions, actually on the right hand side, the additional instructions are to take more risks and shoot less often. And on the left hand side we have shoot less often and also sit narrower. So we want our left winger to come in here a little bit more often. In the middle of the 3 we do have an attacking midfielder on support duty. Additional instructions are more direct passes, get further forward and move into channels. And up front we do have an advanced forward on attack duty, take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often. So that is the player instructions. As I say, we're testing this with Man City first of all. We will have a look at how they've progressed, and very quickly we'll see Erling Haaland coming in with 67 goals for the season. We also have De Bruyne contributing with 25, and as well as that, Foden, Silva and Grealish all getting into double figures as well. So we'll have a quick look at the data hub. As we can see, in the attacking positions we're scoring almost 3 goals per game, much higher than the league average. XG is much higher than the league average. Shots per game is much higher as well. Shots on target is a little bit above the league average at only 40.15%. We make a lot of dribbles, we make a lot of crosses, and we also have a fairly average pass completion rate. And defensively we do very well also. We concede fewer goals, we have a much better XG against. As you can see, we do win a fair few tackles. Interceptions are pretty good, but our tackle attempts per game, clearances per game, blocks per game are well below the league average as well. And we do have a better ratio of fouls per game as well. So that's the data. We'll have a quick look at the competitions, and first of all, the most important one, we'll look at the Premier League table. As you can see there, we've ran away with the league. We've actually finished with a 19-point advantage, which is fantastic. We have had 5 defeats there. Man United have beat us twice 2-1. We've also lost to Spurs, Crystal Palace and Liverpool as well. As you can see, Erling Haaland, top goal scorer with 38 goals in the league, so that's an average of a goal per game. And as you can see, the 3 highest average ratings is Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne and Kyle Walker. And as well as that, you can see Bernardo Silva contributing 13 assists for the season. De Bruyne coming in second in the Player of the Match awards. So great performance in the league overall, absolutely fantastic, absolutely delighted with that. We'll go on and have a quick look at the Community Shield, where we have beat Liverpool 2-1. We'll go on then to the Carabao Cup, where we've gone out in the quarterfinals to Man United, making it 3 successive 2-1 defeats to Man United this season, which is a little bit disappointing. It's the one team we seem to not been able to overcome that hurdle with. Quick look at the FA Cup, and we have beat Liverpool there 2-1. So we've come away with a double, a treble really, because if you count the Community Shield, which a lot of people don't, I don't. So we've come away with the double. And in the Champions League, we maybe a little bit unlucky. We've gone out on penalties to Milan in the quarterfinals. Milan did go on then to beat Juventus in the semi-final and lose to Liverpool in the final. I kind of feel a little bit like if we had been able to get past Milan, we probably would have beat Juventus, and I would feel pretty confident, given the previous results against Liverpool this season, feel pretty confident we probably would have beat them as well. So been very successful with Man City. Let's have a look at Birmingham in the Championship. First thing we'll look at here, Troy Deeney contributing a huge 36 goals this season. John coming in with 10 goals as well. Quick look at the data hub, and we'll see it's very much the same. We've 1.75 goals per game more than most teams. We have a much higher XG, much higher shots per game. Shots on target is about average, a lot more dribbles per game, a lot more crosses completed. Pass completion is a little bit better than average, and fouls against is very, very good as well. Defensively, very similar story. We were actually a little bit under the average for goals conceded per game in the league. We have a slightly better XG against. Tackles made, nowhere near average. Tackles won is quite high. Blocks, clearances and fouls, all very similar story to Man City. We'll have a look at the competitions. As we can see, Carabao Cup, we get knocked out in the first round by Bristol Rovers. We get knocked out in the FA Cup in the third round by Everton. But the Sky Bet Championship is the one that matters. As we can see here, we finished 4th in the league. We can see there Troy Deeney coming in second top goal scorer with 36 goals. So all his goals were scored in the league. We did finish in 4th. We did get into the playoffs, where unfortunately we lost on aggregate to Burnley with a 5-3 scoreline. Burnley went on to the final, where they beat QPR and got promoted to the Premier League. So we've done pretty well with Birmingham. They were expected to finish midway in the bottom half of the championship. Let's have a little look at Portsmouth, who are expected to finish a little bit in the top half of the League One. So immediately we're looking here, Roland Curtis contributing with 26 goals. We see Colby Bishop contributing with 16, and Rhys Hackett also contributing with 10 goals as well. We did have Dane Scarlett on loan from Spurs, and as you can see, he's contributed 27 goals as well in 52 games. Looking at the competitions, we get knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the first round by Norwich, knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup by Man United. The big one though is the Papa John's Trophy. Absolutely thrilled and delighted to have won that. We beat Stockport, as you can see there, 2-0 in the final. So that's the first piece of silverware. The second piece of silverware we achieved with Portsmouth is the league title as well. As you can see there, we've taken that on the last game. We've won it by a point. We have had 10 defeats throughout the season. Some of them we probably could have done a little bit better in. But we've come away as the league champions. We've also won the Papa John's Trophy. So with Portsmouth, we've also done a double of sorts as well. As you can see in the stats, not a lot to really boast about there. Dane Scarlett with 10 assists is really the best stat we have. Conor Ogilvie, second most yellow cards of the season. So we've done very, very well with Portsmouth. We'll now look at Rochdale, who are expected to finish bottom of League 2. As you can see, straight away from the squad, Ian Henderson contributing with 11 goals, Kelly coming in with 8, and it's been a little bit kind of average after that. We did, of course, have Scott Quigley on loan from Stockport. As you can see, he contributed a massive 40 goals in 47 games, so absolutely thrilled with that performance. Looking at the data hub, again, I realised we didn't do this with Portsmouth, but it tells the same story. We've done very well in the attacking positions, crosses completed, dribbles made, goals per game, XG, and defensively very much the same as well. It's a little bit, it's better in some parts and worse in other parts. So looking at the competitions, as we can see, Papa John's Trophy, we get knocked out of the Northern Section round 2 by Burton. We get knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the first round by Carlisle United, and we get knocked out in the first round of the FA Cup by Wycombe Wanderers. But League 2 is the one we're most concerned with. We were expected to finish a rock bottom of the league. We're expected to get relegated to non-league football. Scott Quigley's huge 37 league goals has helped us to get into the playoff positions. We finished there on 79 points. And as we can see in the playoffs, we've been able to... Sorry, apologies. Third place in League 2 is an automatic promotion as well. It's 4, 5, 6, 7 that go into the playoffs. So we've actually gained automatic promotion from League 2 to League 1. So we've been very, very successful with Rochdale as well. Overall, this tactic has been very successful with all the teams we've played. We've won a few trophies. We've got promotions in the bag as well. So very, very pleased with this tactic. As I say, it's very well structured, very well balanced in the attacking and defensive positions. So absolutely thrilled with the success we've had. We will compare that with the other tactics we've run as well, and at the end of this tactics test series there will be a little bit of a comparison to see which team has done best. That is really it for now. You can find a link to download the tactic in the description below. Please do leave your comments as well. We'd love to hear how you're doing with this tactic as well, and if it's brought you any success with the team that you're managing. That's really it for now. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below and you will be notified when new videos are available. You can of course like, share and comment as well. In the meantime, you can catch one of these recommended videos appearing on screen, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.